I said, how did you know?
I see her because I see her everywhere I go. It's so weird. Every time I go out with people, it's not that easy.
Or we don't.
Compared to us dinner across the room.
I had it and it's just too
Yeah, we're
gonna go with it.
Actually, we saw Bob and Jay. And we wanted to get the window. We had come in first. And he's like,
Here we go.
here we go.
Take it away from you, Colin.
Alan, it's not working. Listen, it's not going to work.
You can take one.
Yeah, hit one.
Is that the one that needs the battery?
I always bang into it anyway.
I tested it before we started.
Just the light is on.
Test.
You don't get a light,
We don't get a light.
Yeah.
Talk to me now.
Okay, we'll open up our regular meeting for April 12th.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Don Brewer,
Here.
Kathy Jordan. Here. Art Christie.
Yeah.
John Horn.
Here.
Joanne Kell.
Here.
Alan Shiner.
Here.
Cliff Rebecca.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, has everybody had a chance to read through the previous minutes of March 13th? And what's the revised one I have in the file?
Yeah,
I had to change the top sentence because I said that you started.
Yeah, you weren't
But
there.
you weren't here.
You weren't here. I think that was another change, right?
yeah.
So if there's no corrections or discussions on the previous minutes, the motion to accept the minutes?
Make a motion to accept the minutes as written. I will second that.
All in favor?
Aye. Okay, communications, we have some educational literature in the files. Take a look at the Shandaken watersheds flyer that they have. And building sustainable communities in a changing environment.
Wasn't me.
We've got a letter from the building Zurich. Attorney for the Catskill Mountain Railroad Company. Make sure you read through that, and make sure you read through the to Crossroads. Make sure you read through that. Mr. Olson has, of course, taken care of that and the railroad issue, and he said he didn't have anything prepared for us at this meeting. Next month's meeting, well. Old business, so, Cascade Mountain Railroad. I have nothing from the attorney yet. I just talked to him earlier today, and he said he just did not have it for this meeting. So, hands are tied there until I'm going to get something from him. Miller Resort Project lawsuit, like I said, all we can do is read through this and see what it is this time, and Mr. Olson will be going through it with us at our next meeting. Airbnbs. We had
Somebody,
any complaints?
one of the residents just brought up, so I figured touch base maybe.
What's that?
The season's coming up.
Well, the season never stops.
It never
It's more
stops.
permanent.
Has anybody, we've been getting complaints?
Inquiries as to how we're proceeding with it. Complaints, there's fewer complaints in the winter because fewer people are outside.
Yeah, windows closed.
Windows are closed, people aren't outside playing and stuff. In the summer, everybody stays out at night. Windows are open. So it's, I'm sure, within the next month or so.
Are these inquiries that came in, were they previous complaints?
Sort of. Yeah, they're trying to prevent it from the summer.
What about, the thing about FOMO that we're supposed to be waiting on that bill that he legislated, that we can't do anything until we see his? Because ours can't be more restrictive than his.
No, ours
State.
can.
Oh, it can be?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They'll set, the state will set the minimum, just like any other code.
No?
They'll set the minimum, but if we come up with something that is more restrictive, Albany still has to sign off on it. So typically, if it's not too overboard.
So we have to wait.
Well, interesting enough, I'd like to talk to Woodstock and see what they actually did.
They have something they put together?
They changed their code to incorporate Airbnbs into an existing regulation. Like I said, we've never said we didn't want them. We just wanted to regulate them so we hold people accountable. I think they got theirs into bed and breakfast, but I need to talk. I'm going to talk to Alan in their building department.
That's right, actually, it's being referred to as a bed and breakfast at Airbnbs.
Which is what Hurley attempted to do, and since it wasn't in the code, the court threw it out. So, but this goes back to the section of the code here where if we don't have it listed in our code or something similar to our code, then according to us, it's prohibited. But do we really want to go down the road and say all Airbnbs are prohibited? Then people stop buying properties. So, I think we'll have to do similar to what Woodstock did, unless we want to create an entire separate section to special permits, as you did with roadside farmsteads. So,
Apparently, excuse me, Ellen, apparently that's not going through. People were watching it. I seen a blank screen. They asked me to tell you that.
She just got
It's not going through the television?
Yes,
But that, wait a minute.
I'm just telling you
What
what
did you do?
I'm getting.
That
Blank screen.
TV there, the one by the window.
I'm just telling you.
That's coming back from the television. That's coming back from Taiwan.
they can hear us, they can't see us?
Just a minute.
Blank screen.
So they can't hear anything?
No.
They didn't pay their
Is
cable
that more
bill.
than one person?
What's that?
They didn't pay their cable bill.
About that.
Wait a minute. This is coming back. Yeah. This is coming back from Taiwan.
Okay.
So there must be a problem in their house. It was just one, ask her to call the neighbor and then call us back.
we're not moving the meeting along fast enough.
That transparency.
Well, make it a short meeting so they don't miss much.
Warren, my question is, what's enforceable when it comes to a bed and breakfast? If we make say people have to get a permit to have an Airbnb, we say they gotta be responsible for the garbage and noise, time, needs. But how enforceable is that? Is that you? Is that the police department? What department has?
Well, they have to get, depending on where they're located, bed and breakfast, you know, out of the 4 residential districts we have, that requires, and Hamlet Commercial, requires a special permit. Actually, the Hamlet Commercial does. So the residential districts, all the residential districts require a special permit. So you can stipulate a special permit application that you're going to apply for this. That gives us all the information who's actually running it. Now, the other locations, it's permitted with the other 2 not in commercial light industry. So being permitted, they could just go ahead and operate. So that would be a downfall to lumping it in as a bed and breakfast, because then you wouldn't have control of every zoning district. It would be some. Now, not having the list in front of me, I can't tell you what percentage of them are in residential districts versus Phoenicia, which is Hamlet Commercial, or Pine Hill on Main
It's
Street.
just going to be with those who advertise as an Airbnb, right? I mean, if you don't advertise and you have it, maybe how is that enforced? Because any one of us can have guests over and
Having
give our
a guest over is
breakfast.
different. This is not having a guest over. This is renting your house. That's where the problems arise, because there's the people that are renting aren't aware of the rules or don't care. So by having someone accountable, being the owner of the property, their special permit is contingent on them enforcing town code. And if you don't want to have your renters to follow town code, then you revoke the permit.
Once you get beyond the zone, whether it's a permitted use or not permitted use, regardless, they still have to abide by the zoning code for noise, garbage, and things like that.
That's correct. But like Don said, first how do we know who has what? Well, everybody puts it out there.
Yeah, it's all out there.
Nobody is renting the word of mouth. You know, if
And you have to advertise or it doesn't work.
if they're not on one of the umpteen advertising sites. You'd be surprised some of the comments that people send up to me. I saw on Facebook that somebody come to my newly renovated, and then I pulled a file on my building. And then I posted it. I stopped working and said, how did you possibly know I was working on it? I said, don't post it on Facebook. Dead silence on the other side, you know. So where it works for everybody.
But aren't the noise and garbage ordinances already enforceable without any zoning
Yeah.
changes?
Yes.
I mean, that stuff's just on the books for
And
everyone.
dogs.
Okay. Here's the scenario for you. Garbage is first. Make the garbage very simple. People leave on Sunday, so the garbage gets put out. The bear gets the garbage.
I
So
heard
who-
they're changing that. They're changing garbage pickup to Sunday night instead of Monday night.
Who is?
Time Warner, I was gonna say, Waste Man.
Oh, really?
Oh, you got
So-
Sunday night?
So now,
That'd be smart.
who's responsible?
Yeah, right?
The landlord?
Yep.
Is responsible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to go down that road? I don't have anything else to do.
Well, when you check with Woodstock and the laws that they're passing, find out what they're doing about enforcement. Because there's hundreds of private homes listed on Airbnb in Woodstock.
Woodstock, they have the record so far over 400.
Yeah.
Right, so
It's like
what do they do?
600.
They're requiring all those 400 to come in and get a special use permit?
I would be willing.
If it's required in that zone.
If,
Well,
if
let's find
the
out.
bed and breakfast is,
And let's find out what they're doing about those that don't come in.
Yeah.
probably what everybody else is doing. I'm trying to catch up. So then I can see where this is going. I'm going to be sending out notices of violation to Brooklyn every week, and they're going to get ignored. So that's what's going to happen.
You saw what happened, you saw what we wrote in that law that Alan and I put together. I mean, we would prefer that they have to register those properties with the town.
That,
Pay
if
a
we want to
registration
go,
fee every year.
if we want to go down that route and create an entire section of code for it, we could do that. that takes longer than to just take an Airbnb and add it into.
Yeah, but I think we're selling ourselves short by rolling it into bed and breakfast because there's gaps there, big gaps.
Well, there's quite a few gaps
Yeah.
in this code book. Quite a few shortcomings where stuff is pigeonholed into a certain zone. You only have 2 or 3 of them. It doesn't work. So that's something that could be worked on. But right now, this is in the forefront. So let me talk to Woodstock, see if I can get a hand on what their zoning is, how they're enforcing it, and does it cover every district in their town?
Well, the company that writes our book, right? I'm sure they're writing books for other people that have
Ours is
Airbnb.
Ours is
Ours
very
is very,
similar.
yeah,
Almost
to every
like
town.
Woodstock. I mean, they updated, we updated, so I don't know what the changes are.
It comes from a company, right? We're not doing it ourselves.
Well, we send it off, but whatever we come up with, goes from you, goes to town board, goes to public hearing, goes to Albany, comes back. It's the same thing we did with our floods. Flood plan back in November, and the code got to us March, into February. So you got 4 months, if it's not too difficult.
So you'd like to put what you came up with, you and Alan, to,
Yeah, because that has very specific things that
Right.
relate to
Right, and
to
not,
rentals.
and not only that, but that fee that has to be paid every year, that was our idea. This man can't do all of this. He needs somebody else to go into these places, checking them out, enforcing if they have to, any kind of code. You know, Warren can't do it by himself. I mean, Shandaken has over 400 Airbnbs. Last time I went on. Shandaken Airbnb, yeah,
That we're aware of.
that we're aware of that is on that site. Just put in Airbnb to Shandaken, New York. It keeps going. That's how many there are.
I don't think they're all in Shandaken.
Yeah, they are.
They're nearby.
And this whole town is 400. Woodstock has 600-700.
If Woodstock cracks down, they're all going to come
All
over
these
here.
Airbnbs actually call in insurance companies.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Oh,
Safety.
the road we can go down with that, because next thing we can go to is these houses that are 2-bedroom houses, and they're renting them as occupancy of 8 or 10.
Yeah.
I'll just stick the DEP on it. And that's the end of that, because your house is only rated for two bedrooms, and you can't have more than 2 bedrooms.
Martin, it's worse than that. They rented, 2 couples are gonna rent it. They go on Airbnb and they say, we're gonna be 4 people, there's 2 bedrooms, right? They come and 20 of their friends with sleeping bags come with them. That's what's happened. That's what happened. People tell me that. And it's like, it's like Animal House on the weekend in the summer.
Then who feels those calls? Because it's on the weekend. You got some police out to
I don't know. You were here when those 2 ladies from Chichester came. She said they were shooting air rifles 3 o'clock in the morning. People from Woodland Valley stopped me one Sunday. I was having breakfast at the windows, and they told me they were in Woodland Valley. They said that they had a car that had like a sunroof, and they were drunk and driving up and down the road, screaming and hooting and hollering and drinking. 3 o'clock in the morning because it was a bachelor party. 12 guys.
Well, that's easy. That's to get out on the road, that's easy. That's any one of the sheriff.
But she said I felt like they were right in my bedroom. That's how loud they were.
Okay, so the report that Alan and put together, has everybody got a copy of that?
Yes.
Okay.
They do? Everybody
Yeah.
has a copy?
Yeah, so
Yeah, I know we did.
So if anybody's missing it, just ask me. Let's review that and the next meeting, see if it's in order to put before the town board. Okay?
Okay, you gonna do that at a workshop?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. In case there's anything we think that shouldn't be in there. You've been through it, haven't you, Warren? You looked at it.
Well, the problem particularly is that this can't be sent off because it references code section that's not in our code.
No, that was,
So in order for us to send it off, it has to be.
that's what I did in college. I just copied somebody else.
I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about that. No plagiarism.
We just have to reference ours. That's
It has to be presented. In order for it to get sent off, it has to be presented as it could be taken, adopted, and stuck,
put in the book.
and put in the book.
Okay.
So we have to do a little revision to this.
That sounds like a good activity for the workshop.
If
We'll
we
go
do
through
a
the
point
code
by
book
point-
and find our references and.
If we do a point by point that we agree with everything that's on this list, as far as regulations, that's a good jumping off point. Because then we can tweak it from there to say, okay, short-term rentals here, I know it says accessory dwelling units in compliance with 1460. We don't have that, we have a different one, prior to January 2008, So we can go through and decide that certain things, the land use director, who's that?
That's the person we're gonna hire.
How,
Okay.
It's gonna be.
That's not how it
You have fun with that.
You want another hat, Warren?
Where are you gonna put his office? That's right.
oh,
There's no space in this building. We'll be in the break room now.
All right, so we'll handle that in the next workshop meeting. Any new business?
Oh, yeah.
It's easy. Mr. Spotted, do you have a report for us from the county?
I have a brief report. Just 2 items. Reminder that tomorrow night, April 13th, at the SUNY Ulster, there's going to be a planning seminar from 7 p.m. to 9:30. It's going to talk about the community design manual and the updated land use referral guide. And if you're in need of hours for your training every year, it's a good place to go. The second thing was somewhat impassioned request from Dennis Doyle that at each monthly meeting, communities can give a report. So I give a report based on what I observe, what I hear. But I want to encourage the board, if there are messages that you feel that you want people in your position in other towns and villages and cities in the county of Ulster to hear, I'm a conduit to bring that to it. And what the planning board said is with the amount of work that they're covering, they need the eyes and ears of people like myself to bring back your issues and to be heard by other people sitting in the same seats as you are in other towns. So I would encourage you to think about that. There's a better way to communicate so that I can get your messages across. I'm an open conduit for that. And that's my report.
great.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sam.
Okay, well, if no other discussion, then we'll adjourn the meeting. If there's a motion. Okay. I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
I'm not sure. We'll try to get the attorney for the workshop meeting. Okay, do we have a second on that?
I second.
Yeah, we-
All those in
Where have you been?
Right.
You were unanimous.
You keep talking, Dan. You keep talking, we just vote.
Thank you, all.
Analyze the,
My question too is there a company that writes these codes?
Well, they don't write the code.
Do you have a copy of that?
They take what we give them,
Well, that's 5.
and they create the
Let me
page,
show you.
create the index. There's not per se a company who say, why don't you have a code on something? And they say, well, what do you want the code to be? And they write the code. What it goes to, typically it goes to, you go to the attorney. You start out with your code, get sent to an attorney so he can review it for enforceability. Are you granting anybody's rights? Then it goes from the attorney to the town board. The town board has a public hearing. And then we hear about all the complaints.
So they don't have the rest
Really?
Isn't the meeting over?
Yes.
Yes. Adjourn.
I thought this would be.
Sam.
Yeah.
Consulting that.
Yes, that's right. Clarify that, because we didn't have any change.
She said, well, I would think so.
They wanted,
That was my problem. Like I
They were already to the next one.
I haven't come here to